Hi guys, another one of my beer reviews for you. Previous one was Pilsner Urquell. This one's been reviewed by quite a few people now. X-Power user, J. L. Harlock. Chad apparently has never, but I think Joe D may have. Salt hasn't gotten to it yet. Still good. Just started. But it's been reviewed quite a bit, so considering I had, been asking everybody to review more road beers, which, hey, people seem to start have been doing. Thanks, guys. Big shout out to you for that. I thought I should review this one since everybody else had, and I actually still had some in my fridge. Unfortunately, my liquor store treats this particular one as if it's a seasonal. I do not know why. It was here for the spring, now it's gone. Won't see it again until next spring, probably. So, here we have Boddington's Pub Ale. I like that there's a picture of a barrel with bees on it, which I'm assuming they're trying to say it's got honey in it. I highly doubt that, but it is a nitrogen widget system, similar to Guinness or Kilkenny. Basically, for best results, serve cold, but not ice cold. They actually tell you on the can for this one. I've never seen it in a bottle, actually, ever. It's always been this yellow can. They say about 5 degrees Celsius. I've had this out of the fridge for a while now, so I'm assuming it might be around there. Carefully open the can and pour. Wait for the head to settle, which, is true. Please wait for it to settle. They also have here, in British pubs, Boddington's unique pale gold ale is served by the traditional hand-pulled method, which produces a distinctive creamy head, smooth body, and little gassiness. The ingenious draft flow system means you can enjoy the same creamy head and fresh taste of Boddington's pub ale from a can. So, in other words, I don't think that we'll ever see it in a bottle. Correct me if I'm completely wrong. Not much else to it other than it's 4.7% alcohol, and they have a little thing that says smooth and creamy on it right there. So for this glass, I'm just going to use my Garrison Brewing glass. So, without much further ado, really don't know why they treat this one as seasonal. And whoa, lots of smoke on there. Jody would be proud. Alrighty, folks. And there's not much to this. It pours like a Guinness. Just pour straight down. You could do a double pour technique here too if you really, really wanted to. I've never really wanted to. So, just gotta wait for this one to settle. As you see, it's got a very nice cascading effect. When it settles, it'll be a very nice head. This is a starter beer for a lot of people, and I can see why. I don't want to get too much ahead of myself, because I have had this before. Just again, I can't get it for a while. But it's a great starter beer. You want to get them off of a macro beer and into something a little different. I'm going to recommend this one is where you should start. Or if you just want to get them onto a nitro beer, this would be a great one to start them on. Since we all know that Guinness, I don't think Guinness is a great starter beer at all. It might be a good starter beer for stouts. I mean, there's so many better stouts. Rogue Shakespeare Stout. Beautiful stout. Beautiful. Just beautiful tasting. But, no, don't make Guinness a starter beer. This one could be. I actually still like this. I still purchase it on occasion when I can get it. But it's definitely been knocked off my list of my favorite beers. The cascade seems to have died down, so let's see what we can smell here. Oh, and two-finger head, folks. It always produces this creamy head. I love it. That about Guinness, Kilkenny, and this. Great stuff. I smell alcohol. Ta-da! For my next trick, I might actually smell something else. Not a thing else. Is there barely any smell? And by alcohol, I'm just referring to like the generic beer flavors that you can normally smell. And they're so mild here. It's not fun. I can just barely pick them up. All right, folks. Cheers. Definitely best served cold. It's actually been a hot, muggy day, so this is actually warming up a bit more than I'd like, but still cold. I think it's still around 5 degrees Celsius. It has absolutely virtually no flavor. There's a bitterness there if you get it too cold. I've had it colder before, and I can pick up on this bitterness, which essentially is an English bitter, so I'm not surprised, but it's virtually no flavor. Virtually none. You really have to like stretch your taste buds to pick up on the bitterness at all. So, on the plus side though, it's a very smooth drinking beer. Very smooth, extremely creamy head. So, very easy drinking beer. So, this one's a little tough because there's no flavor, there's no aftertaste to speak of. I'm not even really getting much dryness out of the aftertaste. I'm not getting much flavor. There's again a bitterness, but you gotta stretch for it. So it's like a flavorless yet creamy, smooth beer. So it might actually also be a good starter beer if you've never ever had a beer in your life. I mean, this is really not offensive. Like all beer, it's refreshing. Well, I shouldn't say like all beer, but I do find these refreshing. Just there's way more refreshing beers out there. I'm going to have to give it... I'm going to have to give this a 4 out of 10, which means on my scale, 1 to 10, I'm going to have to post exactly what my scores mean, but 9 would be like an outstanding beer for me, and 10 is like an excellent beer, top of the line, there's no better. So 5 is about your average, 6 is about slightly above average, so this is just slightly to me below average because there is no taste. There's nothing to really make this distinctive other than its creaminess. That's why slightly below average. It's just slightly. Still, I would recommend this in a heartbeat. Don't get me wrong, folks. I just gotta be realistic. 4 out of 10. If you disagree, that's fine. I know others have given it like 5 out of 10 or 7 out of 10, but I'm just gonna stick with 4 just because there's really nothing here for taste. But this is still one of the beers I drank on occasion. This is still one I recommend. So, Boddington's Pub Tale, 4 out of 10. Have a good one, folks. Cheers.